There it is. We up, fellas.
What is good? What is good? What is good? What is good? What it is, what it ain't, what it's gonna be. What's up? What's up? I'll chill with me. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
The what's up line. Old school, baby. Detroit's old school, 105.9. What's up, Spizzle? What's up, Lamont?
Hold on, man. I'm lighting my Harry Bendel candle. I got to get the mood right. 1 second.
Set the mood. Set the mood, homie. Set the mood. Get the mode correct.
I got to. 1 second. 1 second. Are we live yet?
We live.
We are live, baby.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
So for all those who are joining us, welcome to Three Black Guys with the Mic, the podcast for politics, hip hop, and the urban community. Spud is in the building with my man Lamont Hayes and MJ Scales, my man Maynard. Happy 420, gentlemen. Happy 420. And all those who are joining us, who are all a part of the cannabis culture, the green movement, the what else? The ganja lifestyle.
Oh.
For all those who are part of that, happy holiday. Happy 420.
Whoa, Spud. You got to slow down. You got to say that about 7 minutes later. They a little bit behind. They smoking on that. The sticky icky kind of makes them a little slow to the game, but it's all good. What's happening with y'all?
So Lamont, let's start with actually let's start with you, Maynard, because Maynard was saying that he did not like Kenya Barris's show. I mean, am I wrong?
No,
wait
you're
a
right.
minute.
I said
Hold
that,
on.
But look, hold on, though. Hold on. For Kenya Barris's show, everybody might know Kenya Barris made Blackish, and here I am in my sweatsuit in honor of him. I'm not feeling this. I mean, that's my little, my Sixers warm-up sweats. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Philadelphia 76ers, the greatest team in America. Also, again, real quick, welcome to the #1 podcast in the country
wait,
right now.
Wait. You're not the host, B.
Oh, okay,
all
my
right.
bad.
Hey. Let's go. Come on now. Let's you done took over way too many times. Did you like Black?
No, I didn't like it. I felt like it'd be one thing if he, the only good actress in it really is Rashida Jones. He's not good at, huh?
The girl was dope.
Yeah, okay. If you say so. But so he's not good in it. He's just not good, and how is he black as fuck? How is that? Because he wears sweatsuits and has a gold chain? Is that what makes him black? Am I not black because I don't have enough sweatsuits?
So what makes you black and what makes you not black? I mean,
apparently to be black.
So from my understanding, this is what I got. I got that he is a rich black man living in a white man's world, and he wants to be able to keep the culture. That's what I got out of it.
That's the culture? Gucci sweatsuits?
Is it like not the culture?
No, that sounds like the culture of Long Island Italian mafiosa.
No, come on.
They wear a whole lot more sweat. Look,
it's not way more black folks wearing Gucci than
Yo, mess around and talk to and watch a lot of how Brooklyn and Long Island mafiosa move. Sweatsuits, velour sweatsuits is a thing. Go back and just watch The Sopranos. All those big dudes was wearing sweatsuits. Please. I don't wear sweatsuits like that.
Is he finished? Do you need to freshen up your drink, Maynard? You okay?
15-year.
Okay.
Johnny Walker.
So here's what I'm going to say. Since again we're putting our threads out, in the podcast space.
I'm sorry, is that not a part of show notes?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm learning I got to put a disclaimer on some of these things.
I didn't know. Is that not a part of show notes or what?
Yeah, but we didn't have that conversation. But anyway.
Okay.
Here's why I enjoy
it. It's in the show notes.
It's in the show notes. He wants to be clear with Lamont.
Here's why I enjoyed, and yes, the first 2 to 3 episodes, you got to be committed. You got to go all the way through. But the reason why I really liked it is, and I said this in the thread, anytime I see a black family unit where the black man is not wearing a dress, he's not kissing another man, he's not cheating on his wife, he was very vulnerable throughout the entire piece. He showed who he was. Just like we know some people that smoke weed other than 420 at 11 a.m. and they wear dashikis. To some of them, they think that they're black as fuck. Am I wrong?
Not nice. That was not nice.
But I'm just saying, there's some people in this world that smoke weed at 11:30 a.m. in their bathroom with dashikis on.
Talk about the thread, boy.
And they think that they're black. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that just because you use the word hotep, that doesn't mean you have a monopoly on the word black. So when you say
hotep? Who said anything about hotep?
I'm just saying in general.
Are you indulging in 420 right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you indulging in 420 right now?
God, no. And again, I don't. No. And I don't want to disrespect my weed smokers, but I smoke something that's way better than marijuana. I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me know how I get down.
Is that the salvia?
The who?
You know the
salvia.
What is that? Smoking the bath salts?
Anyway, let's move on. So last night, Michael Jordan premiere. I don't want to say it's ESPN, right? And Netflix.
Yes.
And so they debuted Michael Jordan's, in the Chicago Bulls, The Last Dance. What are your thoughts? Were you feeling it or no?
So I'm gonna say this. I mean, I think it's easy. I think it's a low bar to say that Michael Jordan is, if not the greatest player, one of the greatest players. I know a lot of people don't want to go back and look at history. I mean, Bill Russell happened to win 11 championships in the NBA, a gold medal, and 2 NCAA championships. So in 16 years, he's got 13 championships. That's a level of winning that's amazing. But for everybody who's new or doesn't want to go back and look, Michael Jordan is the guy that you have to say is the greatest. It's interesting to have this. I think the NBA and ESPN certainly were like, yo, we got to figure out how to get some money out here some way because they're not getting no money from basketball revenue. And, Michael Jordan, okay. That's all.
Yeah, that was a pretty whack answer. Let me just kind of do all that again. Last night, ESPN debuted
how does that work?
Last Dance. Lamont, what did you think about it?
Well, first of all, I am a born and raised person from the city of Detroit. So when we first come out the womb and our parents signed our birth certificates, on the bottom of it says you are never to be a fan of a Bull, a Sox, or Blackhawk. So I'm not a fan of Michael Jordan, period. Never have been. That's not to take away from his skill. That's not to take away on and off the court.
Yeah,
I'm a Michael Jordan fan.
Michael Jordan. It's about the Bulls.
Well, definitely I don't like the Bulls. Okay. And let's be clear. Where's my wife from? We have this battle all the time in my home. And for those who don't know, my wife is from Chicago, okay? And I'm from Detroit. So I don't like the Bulls. I did watch it, though, because a lot of my homies at ESPN was like, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? Actually, someone who actually supports the podcast, who may be watching as we speak. So that's what I'm saying. Like, man, what you said about the NBA, that was a whole ESPN thing. That had nothing to do with the NBA.
Sure did. Most of the footage.
You had to get some of the footage out of it, but that was Michael's thing and Michael's thing with ESPN.
No, it wasn't. So Adam Silver was the president. He had not become president of basketball operations for the NBA yet, and a cameraman who worked. They both had worked for NBA. They shot all of this and were producing all of this in like 97, 98. They had been planning this for years, and they just didn't know when it was going to drop. They gave the footage to ESPN, and they produced the project as a part of a partnership between ESPN and the NBA, but the NBA is eating off of this.
Okay.
So, I mean, right. But your answer and my answer really are the same. Yes,
never.
Listen to me.
I would never have an answer similar to yours. Never. So
the answer I'm basically saying, how I'm saying or suggesting that we got the same answer while Spud is over there with flashing lights is, all right, it's Michael Jordan. We get it. We respect and acknowledge that he had the 6 championships and he's one of the greatest players, et cetera, et cetera. But while for you it's Chicago, for me it's Boston. Being a Philly kid, it's like, all things Boston, throw it in the trash. I feel really the same about Michael Jordan in a lot of ways, in that I hated to see that cat, and that hate is out of respect. Like, yo, you know that cat can come to your town and put 50 points on your team.
And you know my other beef with Michael Jordan, and this is just what I understand.
His white.
He just wasn't a nice person. And I think at the end of the day, I get the whole basketball thing, but I'm a sucker. I just want you to be a nice guy. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to be nice. But I will say this as well, and I know this. He does a lot for various communities, definitely in North Carolina, that he doesn't put his name on. You know what I'm saying? So in one breath, I say he's not a nice guy, but he does a lot of philanthropic stuff. I'm also understanding there's some stuff that he's done recently down in North Carolina with this whole Corona thing. So you definitely got to give my man some shout for that, but he just ain't nice. That's what I heard.
All right, so let's move on to, our first topic. So Barack Obama has come out. He's endorsed Joe Biden. I think we all kind of saw that coming. But, there's an article that's in the New York Post basically saying that Barack Obama doesn't really have a track record of helping people get elections. So, Lamont, in my opinion, if Biden does not lose, which you have said countless times that you don't think that, no one's going to be able to beat Donald in November, if there's even election, but is Barack Obama helping Michael Jordan, helping Joe Biden?
Yeah, he probably could help Michael Jordan.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, to the people who actually did the documentary, it was a little bit, I felt a little bit of a way that it said Barack Obama, Chicago resident, and it didn't say former president of the United States, but that's a whole other story. So anyways, Lamont, what are your thoughts on Barack helping Joe Biden in this election?
Now, again, this is where Maynard's probably better than I, but if we were to break down the numbers, what Uncle Joe really needs, Barack can't bring, I don't think. Because, those 2 to 3 states, as we saw in Lansing the other day, I don't know if Barack bringing it to the table is going to help carry the entire state of Michigan. Detroit, he got it on lock. But there's a whole another state, when we talk about delivering the state of Wisconsin.
Wait,
I don't know.
Who has Detroit on lock? Oh, okay, Detroit on lock. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think Detroit will go, Uncle Joe route, but you still have the entire state. That's what's important. Same thing with Pennsylvania. That's not going to change. I don't know if B-Rock is going to be able to. Let me finish, Maynard.
Okay,
let me finish.
You're right. Excuse
Refresh
me.
your drink and let me finish. Refresh your drink.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I said the entire state. And we're not talking about Philly and certain urban areas of the state. But there's a lot of Pennsylvania that's very rural, that's very, we down with the MAGA crew. You see what I'm saying? So I think, in my opinion, that's where Uncle Joe needs to work on those areas that, because he doesn't need to carry a lot. If we play the same game that we played before, and I don't know if B-Rock is actually bringing that, maybe some good energy, but when it comes down to sheer numbers, I don't know if B-Rock can move the needle enough by itself.
Maynard?
I think one of the things I think we have to recognize is, well, first of all, let's back up and talk about Pennsylvania. We do know this, that Joe Biden is from Pennsylvania originally. He's from Scranton, which is not Philadelphia. It is not really, it's kind of a blue-collar town. It's, I guess they call ex-urban or something like that. It's not quite rural. It's not quite suburban. It's kind of a factory town. Think of, I guess, Macomb County or something like that. I think it's kind of a similar. But then there's Philadelphia. And then also let us remember that in some districts that were red outside of Pittsburgh, close to Ohio, close to West Virginia, that those districts, in fact, flipped to blue since Trump has been president. So Trump has not actually seen this amazing track record of winning in districts as president. Remember, when he came in, he had the House. Since the midterm election, he's lost the House, which is an indicator as the direction of what states are going. And he's lost the House in several cities around the country. Now back up and continue to discuss, like, say, for instance, the state of Michigan. It's only 11,000 votes in Michigan that won Michigan for Donald Trump. And when you look at what what Joe Biden did against Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primary in Michigan. Think about this. Bernie won 73 out of 83 counties in Michigan or precincts in Michigan in the previous primary against Hillary Clinton. You know, how many did he win this time against Joe? 0. Joe pitched a shutout on him.
But let's get to the point.
Yeah, because you said he's quoting stats.
Help Joe Biden get across the finish line. That's the conversation. I mean, you know, we understand where that is, but Joe Biden obviously needs help. And as we know, this is kind of like the Democratic playbook. You go out and get all the celebrities that you can get to be able to help you get across the finish line. Barack Obama, you know, everybody's president, and a celebrity in his own right. Is this going to help? He does not. I mean, he didn't get Hillary elected. So is this going to help Biden, or is this going to hurt him?
It's going to help. I think it's certainly going to help. It's not going to hurt. And I think one of the things that I think that Hillary has to hold on her shoulders simply was she didn't even go to Michigan and rally or campaign. And Joe's going to do that. And that's the difference. I mean, you know,
sure?
Sure.
We don't know if we're going to be able to go outside. What do we do if we can't go outside?
Well, then, and if not, then that means that the playing field is even.
No, it's not. Donald J. Trump, he gave you $1,200, right? Hello? Did he not give everybody? He didn't give me $1,200. Be clear.
He didn't give me $1,200
and I'm pissed. I wanted $1,200, but I looked at the numbers. It just didn't work for me. But whatever. He gave Ruth. Ruth Chris gonna be giving out free steaks come August, September. That's what their $20 million was for. So he gonna pick up a few brownie points here and there when people can't go outside. So what do we do, Maynard?
No, this is what I think is going to happen. First of all, we know that Joe has a new ad campaign on the streets. That's amazing. He's doing a great job going directly after Donald Trump over coronavirus. Part of the reason why we can't rally, part of the reason why we can't go out is because Donald Trump has not managed this coronavirus scenario. And that's what Joe is pointing out. That's what the Democrats have to continue to drill home. We also have to drill home is the idea that Donald Trump is now running, or he's running the country in the middle of a crisis. He's failing miserably, and we are just a few short months.
He gave you $1,200.
It doesn't matter.
Leonard.
You know, here's the problem: the $1,200 has done nothing. It has done nothing. People got $1,200 last week. We know that the markets, for instance, react on stuff that happens overnight. The market can react. You know, if something amazing happens at 10 o'clock tonight, the markets will open up in the morning and be up. He's not able to make that change. And the idea that people are saying we're going to open up the market, open up the economy. The one thing that he could try to do is get people to go back out and spend. And if sickness occurs on the opposite side of that, he runs the risk of shutting down the economy for an extended period of time, even harder and even more airtight than it is today.
So I just have one. Wait. I got one question. I got one question. I'm done. Have you guys seen Donald Trump's Instagram page in the past 2 to 3 hours?
I have.
Have you seen it, Maynard?
No, I don't.
Okay, so there's a promo, and for everybody that's on the live and that's listening and will be listening as it replays, go to Donald's Instagram. He's basically giving Barack the middle finger, like you don't want none of this smoke. He almost called him everything but the N-word with some of the bunch of the brothers that's in the piece. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, Uncle Joe has to get down and dirty. And what you're saying, I get it. It makes sense. And I joked and laughed about it, but he's got to cuss. And it may not be a verbal cuss, but he got to get aggressive in these next few months because Uncle Joe is looking really raggedy right now.
So let's talk about, the media, right? And so shout out to Roland Martin. He posted something that I thought was very interesting that I wanted to have a conversation about. So you guys know that this show, Sister Circle, which has Selena Johnson and, Trina Braxton and, Rashad Ali out of Atlanta. And so it was on BET. And so they canceled it. And so Roland Martin said, the canceling of the Sister Circle is pretty much bad. Canceling Sister Circle, which aired on TV1. There isn't a single daily news or information show on any 8 of the networks provided for African Americans, owned by African Americans. That'd be Diddy's channel, Revolt, Magic Johnson, Aspire, BET, Bounce TV, TV1, whatever it is that you want to call it. I'm very curious to know, why is it that there isn't any black news on any of the African American channels or black channels targeted towards black folks? Anyone can jump in.
You ready?
Yes.
Because I'm going to sound like a broken record.
You got the floor, my dude. Go.
I just want to make sure y'all
wait a minute. Are you going to take the shot, Jordan, or not?
What did I tell you all about the white man's ice?
It's
colder.
That has nothing
Listen,
to do with this.
What anyone will tell you.
Yeah, but Lamont, that should have nothing to do with the fact that
on
BET, right? On BET, let's take BET and let's take TV1, right? You got the Trumpet Awards, you got the BET Awards, you got the BET Hip Hop Awards. All those shows can go live, but you don't have any of those networks having a show that's dedicated to African American news. News
can I finish now?
African Americans.
So Maynard has a history in media, right? Media buying. Maynard, have you ever heard the term, or not the phrase, that there's no money in news?
I've never heard that phrase.
Okay, well, I've heard, especially at TV1, okay? Even at BET. Because there are some people that ask this question. They always would say that they don't get a lot of advertising when it came to news. But of course, us singing and dancing, like you just mentioned in the hip hop videos or at the award show, that there's advertising dollars in that. And I've heard in many places that they just don't advertise in black news.
Okay. So I would say that you have, to some extent, a point, but I think it's only halfway there. And the reason why I say that is this. It's not
because you're never going to let me be all the way there. That'll never happen. Not in this forum. Is that correct?
Am I speak or not speak?
I'm sorry,
just
go ahead.
Let me know what you want me to do.
You go ahead. You go ahead. You got it.
So I think what it is that Bob Johnson with BET years ago figured out that news was too expensive for him. Running music, like, think about what I ran a video show. I ran a music video show for a bunch of years. And you think about the cost of it. The record companies not only send you the video, they send you the promotional items, the gifts, they send you the script. They say, oh, this artist from such and such. The script is written by the record companies before it even shows up at BET or TV1 or whatever the case may be. And it's just cheap and it's affordable.
Didn't I just say that there was no money in news? And you said, you never heard of that?
No, you said there's no money in news. I didn't say that there's no money in news. I'm saying that they have found that a music video show, for instance, is just so much cheaper, and it
makes more money, right? So you're saying a video show would make more money than a news show on BET?
I thought I was going to talk, but you know
what? Because we're saying the same thing, and you said it best on our thread.
Here we go.
Since you all are sharing our threads with the whole world, is you don't like to be wrong.
Here you go, Lamont. It's all yours.
No. You can have it. You can have it back.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a little bit.
You can have it. Okay.
So you're right in that. I think this is what I think. I think that the television networks that are with whoever they are, BET, TV1, Aspire, et cetera, Byron Allen, we ain't talked about him because he has 8 damn networks or whatever he got, and he's out here telling us that we're going to lose our civil rights if we don't support him. That's a whole other story. None of them want to produce news. They don't want to pay the cost to produce news. But news makes money. But here's the thing. I think that black producers at television networks owned by black people, or the people who run black television networks, think that black people want black news. We just want news too. We want to have all the story. So when BET was running Ed Gordon's show at 11 o'clock at night, 20 years ago or whatever it was, they were going out of their way to find black stories almost exclusively. Instead of saying, let's just run the news and we'll interpret it from an African-American standpoint, similar to what we try to do on this show. We talk about Trump, or we talk about this, we talk about that. We do talk about black topics as well, but just give us the news. And it's a lot cheaper if you don't go out trying to find exclusively black only stories. And so, and when you don't go out and find exclusively black only stories, it's like advertisers had decided one day that black people wouldn't buy their McDonald's hamburgers if they didn't rap to them. That's what I think BET thought, that they felt like they had to be hip-hop to give us news. No, just give us news. We're cool with that, whatever the news may be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this segment of the show is from Lamont G. Hayes. He is in his feelings. Every week he is in his feelings about something.
I'm not ready.
What are you in your feelings about this week?
I'm not ready. I am not ready. So do I have to go up first?
Absolutely. This is your time. This is the time that you paid for. We would like for you to go right now, sir.
Exactly.
So this is live television. You don't get a commercial break.
Okay, cool. So here's what I'm in my feelings about this week. So, we're all in our COVID-19 coronavirus quarantine kind of energy. And I'm in my feelings about these masks. These masks now that you have to wear when you go in the bank or when you go in the grocery store. I had to go to I forgot what store it was. I think it was ShopRite or something. And they won't even let you in the store without a mask.
Whole Foods, probably.
Well, yeah, that's why I said ShopRite. I didn't want to, you talk bad about me. But yeah, it was Whole Foods. But anyway, so my wife went and got these N95 masks. And I love my wife dearly. Everybody that knows me, they know I'm down with my wife. But she decided she wanted to put an extra layer of protection in our mask. And this extra layer of protection included...
Oh, no.
I want to make sure I say this correctly. A female panty liner.
Oh, my God.
Yo, my guy. I said, where did you get this from? And she showed it to me on YouTube. And this doctor said that it creates a different layer of protection that protects it from the virus. So I am walking around with an N95 mask on with a panty liner on the inside of it. And I'm like, yo, coronavirus, I need you to hurry up and be done, my guy, because the wife is not letting me go out the house without a fresh mask.
And panty
We got a case of 1,000 masks, and all of them are lined up with the little, and yo, dog, it's just a bit.
Whoa.
What?
So you guys got 1,000 panty liners?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I'm just saying the math is there. You said, my wife, we got 1,000 masks, and I can't go out the house.
So we got
because I was told you got
the masks.
Because you have to wear a new mask every time you leave the house. I was like, yo, dog, like, yo, my life is like, I'm in trouble, y'all. I need some help over here, man.
I mean, were you safe? That's not the thing that matters the most.
And I get it. And again, like I told her, I found out that you can use the filter, the little air filter you have in your house. If you take that thingy out or whatever, you can put that on certain sides of the mask. Because some of those industrial masks, that's all it is on the side. But when she hit me with the panty liner, I said, yo, dog. Like mentally, it was hard on me, man. It was a hard day. So to be clear, I ain't been out the house today. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't want to put a panty liner on my nose.
Listen, at the end of the day, what's the most important is that you had on a mask. Because I go out here in these streets, and there's a lot of people out there who do not have a mask on, and that is an issue.
Yeah, real talk.
That's a big issue.
And again, in New Jersey, it's now a state law.
I think everybody should have a mask on, panty liner or not. I don't care if you got to put a pair of panties on. Anything that's going to cover your mouth and nose, I'm down with it.
So that's what I'm in my feelings about, man. So hopefully this will be over soon so I can get back to normal, fellas. Jeez.
So Lamont, let me ask you a couple of questions because, there's always people that are looking for the opportunity to be able to expand their, career in music. And because, you have dealt with, the music industry for so long, what is the best way for a brand new artist to expand their music career?
Well, what I always say to everybody is it's very similar to in any other profession. Just try to get you a professional if you can. I mean, I know it's actually quite hard in terms of, being able to align yourself with somebody who's done, what it is that you need help with for, who's honest and trustworthy, can kind of, keep their word and do the right thing. But I always say, man, try to get a professional, somebody who is very familiar with the music business, has a track record with the music business. And I know we hear this all the time, and we talk about it even with what we do here on the podcast, is trying to build a relationship. Relationships are key, and I always tell people, I sometimes try to hate on the TuneCore and DistroKid and United Masters, and I hate with love because I got a lot of brothers that work in those, platforms for those platforms. But the one thing that you don't get with those platforms is a relationship. You can't call anybody, you can't email anybody, and the music business, like any other business, it's people oriented. You need somebody that can kind of help you in that space. So, if anything else, that would just be my thing, Spud.
Hey, can I ask a question? Lamont,
yes.
Do you know some people who do that, who help people?
Oh, of
course. May have some way that you can share with them how they can reach those people?
Well, of course, that's what we do here at BWP Marketing. 20 plus years. 20 years. We always shout out the website, as we've done on many podcasts before, is www.bwpmarketing.com. That's www.bwpmarketing.com. You can scroll through the website. It'll tell you exactly what we do. The last page is a contact page. You can, if you need some help, fill out the contact page. It may not be me exactly who'll get back to you, but we'll definitely make sure somebody reaches out to you because, there are a lot of artists that are out here and they just don't have any help, and they need honest, trustworthy, people that could definitely help out.
And what Lamont can also help you with is a artist worksheet. So when you go to bwpmarketing.com, make sure you put in 3 Black Guys with the Mic, because you'll get yourself a free artist worksheet with your opportunity to be able to know or learn more about how you can make money as an independent artist. A lot of the record labels right now are going towards the independent. Well, a lot of artists are going the independent route, and that free worksheet can help you out with learning how to be able to make money in the record business as an independent artist. So every single week we do a segment called Care or Don't Care. These are the news stories that we probably care about, but we don't really care about. So I always like to, see if the fellas care or don't care. So tonight, Teddy Riley versus BabyFace, the rematch. Care or don't care?
Well, I think I care because, I spent a great deal of time putting together the official pre-party for the Teddy Riley BabyFace.
Did you not call it a pre-party?
With a pre-party, with a pre-party for it. It comes on tonight at 8:00, and if for some reason you wanted to get your drink and your laugh on prior to that on your 420 evening, you should spend it right here with us. But no, we don't really care. We just care that we hope that Teddy Riley doesn't screw it up again.
Lamont?
I want to care, but I don't. I think, quiet is kept. And I get what they're doing. I get the relief of COVID-19. But it's almost like, and no disrespect to Teddy Riley, I don't know him personally like that. But BabyFace, this is kind of like way above his pay grade to even be playing around on Instagram. It's almost like I would rather them call Puff for something, do all this on TV One or BET or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is worthy of something than playing on the internet, on Instagram, where they may decide in the morning to kind of cut it off. Who knows?
So Snoop Dogg has a brand new Merlot. He's went from gin and juice to drinking Merlot. Lamont, I know you are a red wine drinker. You care or you don't care? Don't care, obviously.
No, I don't care.
Maynard, do you care about Snoop Dogg making himself a Merlot? Which I hate. Merlot's disgusting, but that's
and that's what I was gonna say. And I didn't want to sound snobby, and I'm sorry, Maynard, but isn't Merlot kind of like the malt liquor of the winemaking process?
Not the malt liquor.
Like the bottom of the barrel kind of process?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Merlot is a grape, and it's not my cup of tea, but I do know somebody who loves it, and that's Maceo from De La Soul. I'm not a big Merlot fan. I'm not a fan of Snoop's Merlot, and I'm not going to drink Snoop's Merlot, but I ain't mad that he trying to branch out and do something different. So
why you won't drink Snoop's Merlot? Why do you drink Merlot? That's the first
I don't
question.
drink Merlot. When it comes to reds, I like the bigs. I like cabs, and I like Syrah and Shirazes and a Malbec. But I'm not a Merlot fan. So.
Isn't it funny though how this is something that really always bothers me? It's kind of like it's amazing how the culture will not support the culture, but they will definitely go and support somebody else. Like, you know, there's not a lot of people who will support hip hop culture, but they'll go out and buy somebody else's culture, even hip hop culture. But that was a whole sidebar.
I hear you, but let me speak to that for real quick, and I won't hold it long. I think people are going to support authenticity, whatever it may be. So it's like somebody told me today that I think The Rock now has a tequila.
You know what? I was in Total Wine the other day, and I did see Dwayne Johnson right up on the big display, and I'm like, what is this?
Right. So he has,
and he's standing there with a drink in his hand. I'm like, oh, that didn't feel right.
And so somebody might say, well, you watch his movies, or you kind of down with The Rock, and boom, 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 whatever. But like, it's not authentic. I mean, my question would be like, because all it is a licensing deal. He slapped his name on a tequila made by somebody else. Do you really believe that The Rock is out in Mexico finding Cactus to be like, oh, it's not going down. So it's not.
So you don't think that Snoop Dogg is out there stepping on grapes?
No, Snoop ain't stepping on grapes. Snoop ain't stepping on no
damn
grapes.
Wait. So then we have to say that E40 is not authentic, right?
I'm messing with E40 though.
So that's a double standard. Then why is because E40's not stepping on grapes?
I'm not doing E40. E40 got a wine.
Yeah,
E40 got a liquor company basically.
Oh,
he got wine, he got Cabernet, he got tequila, he got vodka. I know he got a beer as well. So I ain't mad at Earl Stevens. He's doing his. But that is to your point though, Maynard. That is authentic. E40 does live that lifestyle.
Well, it sounds like he went into a whole business, and I get that.
Went into the business. Like he has a portfolio of liquor brands. So I understand where you're going in regards to, but it don't mean that Snoop can't be like, let me get a little Merlot.
Right, you're right, and because we support the culture, all three of us, or at least the two of y'all, ran out and bought that Snoop gospel album.
I did.
Oh, of course. Okay, then.
Blasted me.
Well, wait. So what's the difference between him and Dietrich Haddon? Maynard, it's the same thing.
I got the same number. I got the same number of Dietrich Haddon albums as I got of Snoop gospel albums. I ain't buying that.
The gospel music, Maynard. Exactly. So what next? You're right. I'm sorry.
Shelter in place, ladies and gentlemen. There's protests not only in Michigan, but there's protests around the world, Pennsylvania, Colorado. I mean, why won't they stay at home?
What was you about to say, Slut?
I was going to say, why don't say they stay at home? Anyways, Lamont, care or don't care?
About them staying in the house?
About, the protest. They want their rights to be heard. They have the right to protest as well.
Well, again, those, I mean, and they're showing you, I think I looked it up for the protest organizers, even for the state of Michigan. Those were divorced people. Those were Eric Snow, I think is his name, the brother, the old Blackwater guy. I mean, these are Trump's people. Like, they're showing you, like, we want it open. So this is strategic. So, no, I don't care. Not at all.
Maynard? Is that a yes or no? Because I can't.
Something else to talk about. Oh, I'm with you, Lamont. I don't care. No. They want to protest. They can protest. The funny thing is, I seen a dude who was protesting and he had a sign that said the coronavirus is a hoax. Well, he had a mask on. So I'm like, which is it, my dude? You wearing a mask?
Okay, so let me ask you this, Spud, and I know you got it, but what about the comparison to the Rosa Parks and the protesters? We care about that?
That was, to me, that's just pure ignorance.
Yeah.
I mean, word up. Like, that's just pure ignorance. I mean, for anybody to compare their protests, and I'm not trying to belittle their protests or downplay their, protests, but to compare that to now that I think about it, but to compare that to Rosa Parks, not a good look in my opinion.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay.
You sure?
I relinquish my time. Is that what it is? I yield my time.
I yield my time. I yield
my time. Back to the chair.
Back to the chair.
Yeah.
So Maynard wanted to talk about Diddy and Kylie Jenner. Woo-wee!
You want to refresh? You need to refresh, Maynard?
You know what?
good?
I need to sober up. I'm gonna get some water on this one.
Water. All right.
You got a lot of people coming after you, my brother. A lot of folks.
Why are they coming after me? So this is my question.
So Diddy basically tells Kylie Jenner.
Diddy tells Kylie Jenner. Oh, this sounds like the start of a good joke. Diddy walks in the bar and tells Kylie Jenner. Go ahead.
Diddy basically tells Kylie Jenner that that she is inspiring black women. And you have a problem with that.
You damn right I got a problem with it.
I would like to hear. Why is that a problem?
Kylie Jenner ain't inspiring no damn body. Kylie Jenner.
But are you a black woman? How do you know? How many years have you been, or how much experience do you have being a black woman?
Is it not inspiring for a 22-year-old to be a billionaire, self-made?
Yeah.
That's not inspiring?
Maynard?
Kylie Jenner, listen, I've been a black woman as much as Kylie Jenner been a black woman. Let's start with that. I'm black. I'm a man. She's a woman. She ain't black. So we have the same amount of experience being black women. So let's start with that. Kylie Jenner is not interested in supporting the black woman. Zakia Goldsberry says Kylie Jenner ain't even inspiring her daughters. So
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, there's so many black women who are doing things. This is my problem. I don't have a problem with Kylie Jenner. You know what? She inspires women, young girls, whatever the case may be. Even older women may find something that she's doing inspiring. But there's so many black women doing amazing things. Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, only the second woman to be elected mayor of Atlanta. She should be the person that Diddy should be raising up and saying that this is a woman that's inspiring black women. We should be talking about thousands of other women. We should be talking about Valerie Jarrett is inspiring black women. We should be talking about the young sister Keke Palmer, anybody. But Kylie Jenner, this is who you want to raise up and tell. This is what black women should be looking.
Wait! Watch that Sambo tone now. Watch that.
And for that, hold on, wait a minute. Because it was a topic, I didn't want to steal it. But Diddy deserves some Cactus for that bullshit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. There are tons of black women who are important to black culture Michelle Obama is the person that he should be upping. And we up Michelle Obama, but we don't up her enough. Michelle Obama is who I would, he's not an idiot. He knows of all the black women who are running around this country making big things happen. Ayanna Presley came out and let everyone know that she had alopecia, and now she's just going ahead like, I'm gonna wear my hair bald. That's a big statement. And you want to go and get skinny ass Kylie Jenner and say this is who we talking about? Anybody trying to hear that foolishness?
So you're saying that she can't inspire young black girls? I'm just asking.
Maynard got that off, boy. I'm with you, brother.
I'm not. I mean, I think that Diddy has proven that he does things for black culture. I think that Diddy has proven that he bigs up black women.
Yeah, I believe that too. Yes.
I don't think that there's anyone on this earth that can say that Diddy is not a part or about his people. But I also think that from history, not a money grab or anything like that, Diddy has also shown that he is about everybody. Mm. So he's friends with Bruce Willis, and he's friends with the Kardashians, and he's friends with Ellen DeGeneres. And I mean, and I think that Ellen DeGeneres inspires black people just as much as Michelle Obama does.
Well,
I think that Kylie Jenner inspires black girls just as much as what's the girl from Blackish?
Tracy Ellis?
No, the young girl.
Oh, the young girl. I know you're talking about. I forgot her name. Okay.
Or the other one, the girl from, Grownish. They're about the same age. So I can't say that, Kylie Jenner is not inspirational for black women or black girls. And I don't think that black people should just be putting us in the responsibility category of making sure that we big up all the black women.
Well, you know what I would like.
We all can be inspired by people.
Well, I'd like for him to find a black woman that you're saying that he bigs up, and big up a black woman, Melissa Harris Perry, and give her a damn news show on Revolt. Give me that, Diddy, and then I can change my tune. But
why does he have to give her something? He doesn't have to give her something. But a
minute ago we were talking about Roland Martin's piece that black networks don't have black news programs. Melissa Harris Perry is out here needing a job in news, and if he wants to say he's bigging up something, then let's take Melissa Harris Perry, or let's go and get Larry Daniels or Joy or L. Joy Williams as a black woman and put them on TV on Revolt and give them a news program. Let's do that and do that on Revolt. But instead, what you really want to give me is Drink Champs.
Whoa, and Kylie Jenner. Hey, they're my peoples, dude. You need to take that back, man.
What's wrong with Drink Champs?
There's nothing wrong with Drink Champs, but listen, we said this. Lamont has said this in the past too. If you eat McDonald's all your life and that's it, then you're going to wind up being poisoned, right? We got to have something that's redeeming. Give us, the closest.
We're calling Drink Champs poison?
And we're not calling McDonald's poison neither, by the way.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Sorry, McDonald's.
We got to meet with them next week.
We got to get that check. I enjoy Big Macs and Quarter Pounders. I like them a lot.
But you know what, Maynard? Here's what I'm going to say. I do agree with, and not just Revolt, but, all of the channels. You're right. There needs to be, a different perspective on how news is brought to not just our community, but I think, like Spud was saying, to everyone, or even what you said from our perspective. So I do think they can do more. I was happy with what Puff did, even though I think he did it via YouTube. I don't know if he went on the channel, if he did like a kind of town hall kind of thing with some of the usual suspects, Reverend Al, Van Jones, that kind of thing. So I think he understands that that's important. And I also think he just made that one statement. And I really got to echo with Spud is that he cares about his people. Be very clear about that. But he also is very Neapolitan. You know what I mean? He want to party with everybody.
Is he going to care about Mace?
White strawberry and chocolate?
Right,
yeah,
the whole
everything.
Is he going to get Mace that check? He care about Mace enough to get him that check?
You need to fall back on that guy.
Yo, what does that have to do with
anything?
I'm coming out. I got shots right now. I just got shots.
Why you got shots at Diddy, though? Diddy is a part of the culture.
He very well may be. That don't mean that he's safe. Ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe out here. Ain't nobody safe.
Hotep.
Ain't no Hotep. Ain't nobody safe. I'm coming.
Hotep. That's my.
I got smoke for Brother Polite in a minute.
Ooh.
No, I don't want no problem with them.
No. Polite family. We don't need them problems. No.
Listen, right before we get to the Cactus, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know about HypeVoice.com. We'll go to HypeVoice.com. If you're looking for anything when it comes to your show, whether it be branding, whether it be marketing, if you are a business, or if you are I don't want to say nightclub right now, but if you're a brand or a restaurant or an attorney or whatever, and you are looking to brand yourself on social media, television, or radio, go to HypeVoice.com. We are Hype Voice Creative. We do all kind of commercials, radio imaging, DJ drops, general market commercials, podcast production, whatever it is that you're looking for when it comes to production, Hype Voice can help you out. Go to HypeVoice.com. Now it's time for the Cactus of the Week. This is where somebody said something stupid and they got to choke on their words. Maynard, who is getting the cactus, my man?
Well, I got to tell you guys, As you can
Stop
see.
it. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
What's the problem?
What? Do you see this ambush?
What the
I
problem
don't see an
is?
ambush.
You don't see this ambush?
Not yet.
What the problem is?
Go ahead, man. Come on with the ambush, baby boy.
So, a few days ago, Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz went on Fox News and said that we have to open the economy back up and we have to start finding opportunities for places for us to return to normal. And one of those places is schools. We need to get our children back into schools and get them educated. And that if 2 or 3 or so percent of the children, death occurs among those children, then it's, it's just to be expected and it's normal, and we should just accept that. These are 2 men who are probably, one, they don't have school-age children, I imagine, any longer, and 2, they're idiots. They're pure idiots. It's easy for people of wealth and means to be an idiot and insensitive because they are not really interested in our children returning to school. They are not really interested in the health and wellness of other Americans. They're only interested in jumpstarting the economy for them to benefit off of their hedge funds and their mutual funds and their stock portfolios. They are disinterested in the safety of our children. Our children, particularly African-American children, and other minority children are more likely to go to public schools than anyone else. They also are more likely to be in crowded public schools than anyone else. They also are more likely, unfortunately, to come from places that have more health challenges than other people. And as a result, we cannot allow these people to come to school systems where they very well may come in contact with the virus. And if just 2 or 3% of our children die, then it's okay. That is some bullshit. And for that, I really hope that these 2 individuals will, choke on some cactus. Now, what are some of the reasons why we are experiencing these things and why wealthy people aren't? I gave this a lot of thought. And some of the things that I understood and learned is that, I take my sister, for instance. She's an attorney. She makes a decent amount of money, and her job has always afforded her the ability to work from home. So as a result, she hasn't had to go out into the public. Lots of people who have jobs that allow them to work from home, they don't have some of the challenges that people who work frontline jobs, like bus drivers, like people who work at your local McDonald's or wherever they may be, people who have to go to work. Have to go. Their jobs are essential, and the companies that they work for say you either come to work or you don't get money. So they have to go to work and put themselves at risk, unfortunately. When you're wealthy, you also very well may have some of the creature comforts of home that keep you from going out in the street. For instance, maybe you have an exercise room in your home where you have several different pieces of exercise equipment. Maybe you have a pool or a tennis court or even just that little basketball court in your driveway that you can get some outdoor exposure without having to go around other people. Unfortunately, people of color and minorities often don't have all those things, and that puts us at greater risk. We are the people who take public transit a lot. We are the people who are in close quarters. And when you suggest that if 2 or 3% of us die just because you want to make your stock portfolio grow, you not only should take some cactus, you should try kissing my ass. And I'm done.
For real?
For real.
So we're not going to talk about that ambush, or we're going to wait till the thread?
We'll wait till the thread.
That was some bullshit.
Why is Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil got to kiss your ass?
Well, but why would they suggest that 2 to 3? Imagine this. If you knew 100 black people and you said, just send your kids to school, maybe 3 of them are going to die today from coronavirus. It's okay. Put your kids there. Put your kids in it. I'm sorry. My daughter has to come home to me every day. There's not a day that I'm prepared to discuss, think about, wonder about when my daughter don't come home to me. That's a no. And I'm not putting my daughter in a scenario where her coming home or not coming home, or the likelihood rises. We know at any given point, anything could happen. A nuclear weapon could drop on my home. Aliens can come from outer space. I don't know, whatever. But there are things that I can mitigate, the things that I can reduce the chances of, like not putting her in a public school building with a bunch of people who are from all over, and people who may have traveled and been transit or whatever the case may be, and could possibly have the virus. And then there's another thing, and I'm particularly sensitive to this. Unfortunately, and I don't share this a lot, but my daughter was born without a spleen. And people are like, what does that mean? Does she have a hole in her? No, a spleen filters is similar to a kidney. It filters out certain kinds of infections. Because she doesn't have one, she can't fight off certain kinds of infections. So as a result, I can't have her, just because we want to open up the public schools, just return to public school and put her at risk of catching this virus. And for them to just callously say, oh, 2 or 3% of the population might die, it's no big deal. Or even the idea that that one of them said, well, there are 400,000 people who die of car accidents each year. That's bigger than, over the course of the year, 400,000 people do die of car accidents. But at the pace that we're on, we've had 30-some thousand people die in like 60 days. So we if we didn't control this, if we don't find ways to control this, we would see those outrageous numbers. It would surpass car accidents. So, yes, both of them. Oz, Phil, I have no use for either one of those individuals.
So, Spud, here's what I'm going to say, man, because I know we getting close. I said on this podcast many, many times, man, they're trying to kill us. Have I not said that?
Yeah, you have.
Maynard, have I not said that?
You've said this.
And you were very passionate about what is not going to happen to your daughter. Correct?
I'm not. Well, I have breath in my lungs. I'm going to do everything I can to make my daughter safe.
That's all I'm saying. So when they say we can go outside, don't go outside. Please don't go outside.
And
put you a panty liner, get you an N95 mask and put you a little panty liner in there, and go to the mailbox and the Whole Foods and go back home.
And trust me on this, they are not interested in seeing to it that my daughter gets an education. They're interested in opening up the economy and putting money in their pocket. And so it'd be a different thing if Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz were truly concerned about my daughter's educational well-being. That's some foolishness. And when I say foolishness, I want you to really hear bullshit.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Thank you so very much for, tuning in to this episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. Thank you so very much for your comments on our Facebook page. Please make sure you share this with your friends. Share it on your page. Let everybody know, that we are here, facebook.com/Three Black Guys with the Mic. We're going to do this every Monday at 7 o'clock live right here on Facebook. So make sure you tune in every Monday. Also, tomorrow, the full episode will drop on our SoundCloud page as well as our YouTube channel. Also, you can go to threeblackguyswiththemic.com. Also, make sure that you rate and review on iTunes. That's extremely important for us to be able to grow the podcast as well as be able to, share with more people. Also, make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel as well as our SoundCloud channel as well. So it's soundcloud.com/Three Black Guys with the Mic. Tomorrow you'll have a link to actually go and see or hear the full episode. But again, make sure that you share it with your friends. If you also want to support the podcast financially, you can do that by going to Cash App and using the hashtag Three Black Guys with the Mic. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We will do it again Monday, 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you later. Stay safe and put a panty liner on.
No doubt.
Peace.
You used to put a panty liner on and put
a panty liner on.